What's up with you? For today's video, with a full tongue Pokemon team. These are Pokemon that have their tongue poking out, just like this. Wait, you can't see it. Now, we got about 6 Pokemon or more that could possibly fall into this category. And as an added bonus, I'm going to be giving the Pokemon the move Lick and trying to work a strategy around that too with this really awful move. We got 2 battles today with the Lickitung Pokemon team. Let's get into it. Now, this is a battle against Hayden, and we have a Meowth lead here. Oh, it's a shiny Meowth too. Such a big difference there. Now, my first Pokemon is going to be Shellder. Now, interesting enough that Shellder actually doesn't learn the move Lick, even though it's literally got a tongue poking out. So instead of giving it Lick, I gave it Liquidation. Get it? Now, the other move I gave it was Mimic too. That was if I did a doubles battle that I did get some interesting content for, and I could actually mimic Lick from one other Pokemon, but that actually didn't seem to happen. So I just going to be rolling with Liquidation here. So we've got Shell Smash, Liquidation, Protect, and Mimic. This is a physical Shellder, and I've got Jolly Nature, Max Speed, and Max Attack. We got the I think I've got Shell Armor, and I've got Focus Sash as the item. I was going to go with Skill Link. I was like, well, there's not really much point going with Skill Link unless I mimic like a multi-hitting move here. So getting some Shell Smashes up there. I use Protect to get around Meowth's Fake Out as well. Now we got a Gmax Meowth here right at the start of the battle. Now, I'm just going to announce this as well, people. I've been doing it in my last couple of videos. I have moved my streaming platform back onto YouTube. So if you want to watch the streams, it's now all on YouTube. You become a member on the channel there. That gives you all the streaming features and perks you had on Twitch when we were there before there. Link in the description. So going for the Liquidation here on the Meowth. It drops it in one shot. I mean, Meowth really isn't a bulky Pokemon, even in Gmax form. I really like this design, though. It's kind of funny, but I don't know. I just like something about it, just like maybe the real long neck, and up the top, I guess it's funny design in its face. I don't know, I've always liked that as a Gmax Pokemon. So next Pokemon is a Magnezone, and I missed. It must be Bright Powder. I was like, what sort of item? Like, what is this set? So it's going to go for Discharge there. Fortunately, I do not get paralyzed, and now I can get a Liquidation off against Magnezone. Magnezone's got like really good base defense, so it takes that reasonably well. And, it's just Shellder, so it's not really hitting too hard. So that's going to be the end of Shellder there. I think that was a disrespect Flash Cannon. And my next pick to bring in is going to be Lickilicky. Now, if you look at Lickilicky really closely, actually, you can't see it at the moment, but on the front of it, it's got like a little Wi-Fi signal, so that was the best name I could come up with. There was another good one too. Someone was like, you should have called it Miley Cyrus, and yeah, I didn't get that one. I should have. That would have been a good one to actually call one of these Pokemon. So this is a Belly Drum Lick Slam set. Now, the reason I picked Slam, because it sort of actually looks like a tongue in the animation. Apart from that, it's an absolutely terrible move as well. The other move I got in there is Substitute 2, so I can get the Salak Berry activation. Ability is going to be Own Tempo, which is going to be very helpful. And I failed a Lick KO on the Magnezone. I was so close there, people. Unfortunately, Lick is a very weak move, so I think it's got like 30 base power, something, or 40 base power, something. Actually, I think it's 30. Yeah, 30 base power. I could be wrong about that, but we've got this Gengar coming in anyway. Now, the reason I picked Gengar, essentially, its tongue's not poking out. Maybe in some animations it does, but I needed to actually use Gmax Gengar, because when that Gmaxes, it actually has its whole tongue poke out. You can literally see inside of its mouth. So that's going to be the end of Magnezone there. Question of the day, people. Question of the day. How many times did I use the move Lick in these both battles? Let me know in the comment section of the video. Now, if there's a Pokemon you feel could have fitted into this team too, there's another one like Slurpuff. That's one that's poking its tongue out. And Haunter as well. That's another one too. And I guess you could pick Garcy. So maybe that's a couple of obvious ones. Can you think of any other ones? Let me know in the comment section of the video. Next Pokemon to come out is going to be Inteleon. We're going to go for a Gmax Gengar. Now, Gmax Gengar it's a really cool looking Pokemon, and this is going to be a physical set. So, of course, we've got Lick, of course, and we've got Drain Punch there to use in Gmax, same thing anyway. That can boost its attack. We've got Poison Jab, and I think I put Explosion on there. I may have swapped that around, though. I was initially thinking about doing Explosion. So, we're going to go for Max Knuckle and boosting that attack right up there. Now, Inteleon's going to go for a Dank Pulse here. Now, I thought this would actually one-shot me, but why I wasn't in Gmax, but it wouldn't have. I actually would have lived that. Now, the item I've got in this is weakness policy, so that's very bad for my opponent. I'm going to be hitting, like, really, really hard now. Oh, the other move, I was thinking about putting Explosion on Gengar, but, I instantly did the Sucker Punch one instead there. I'm running Adamant Nature on Gengar, so it loses a bit of its speed when you don't go max speed Jolly Nature, so, some things can come in and take it out there. If you've got Sucker Punch, a lot of time they can be quite frail, and if you've got a couple of boosts up there, you can sometimes take it out. So in comes the Blastoise here. Gengar is going to be absolutely destroying through the team now. I've got the option to go for the Gmax Terror here. I don't know if you can actually see Gengar's tongue in the animation for this, but I know its face comes up. Maybe you can just see its face and its mouth. I paused and looked at it before, but I don't think its actually tongue is visible there. But I think that Gengar Gmax has got the biggest tongue out of all the Pokemon. Even though it's a big projection, it's the biggest tongue. Okay, there we go. No, there's no tongue. I think it's just the mouth. So Blastoise actually lives that. I was like, wow, that was really, really lucky. And they're going to get Shell Smash off. I'm like, here we go. So Gengar is obviously going to get outsped. But remember how I said instead of putting Explosion on here, I put Sucker Punch on there instead. This is actually going to be really, really helpful because this is my last turn of Gmax, and then I can get around the Blastoise with Sucker Punch, And you probably wouldn't expect Sucker Punch on a Gengar, let alone a physical set. I like running physical Gengar though. It's just a fun set. Sometimes instead of Lickitung, like for a more serious physical set, not that it's really serious, I'd probably give it something like I don't think it gets Poltergeist. I'm pretty sure I have it Shadow Punch. Yeah, Shadow Punch. So next Pokemon to come in here is going to be Dreadnought. Now, Dreadnought is going to be shiny. I probably would have got wrecked by that Blastoise too with Shell Smash. So we've got Drain Punch here, which is going to be super effective, and we've also got Lick. I thought, well, I might try and go for Drain Punch here to get all of my health back. I've got a lot of attack boost now. It should do heaps. So hitting Dreadnought really, really hard, but Dreadnought actually lives on 1 health, and it's got a Focus Sash. I'm like, okay, Focus Sash Dreadnought. I can't say I was expecting that. Dreadnought's fairly bulky, unless they had it there just for, like, if a Grass type came in or something like that. Dreadnought's going to be going for an Earthquake here, and that is definitely going to be the end of Gengar. That was a really crappy nerf that Gengar got, losing Levitate and getting Curse Blade. That's... I don't know, its ability to swap into ground type moves made it so good, like you can swap into fighting moves, ground moves are such a good, swapping Pokemon. So we're going to bring in a little Lick here, and it's going to be a Lick, Swagger, Bind, and Rest set. Now, I can't use Bind. Bind is usually there to trap them in, but it's only got 1 health left. So, here we go. We're going to get another... I think this is Lick KO number 2. Here comes a Liquidation there. Liquidation, get it? And I'm going to go for a Lick here, and that is going to be the end of Dreadnought. Now, Lick does have a 30% chance of paralyzing the opponent too, but... I don't know, I did a lot of battles with this team, and I didn't seem to get many paralyzers. I mean, 30% chance isn't really huge, I guess. So in comes our Fire Dragon. This is their last Pokemon. They're going to go for Focus Miss, and it does miss, which is very good. Now, this Lickitung is extremely bulky. I ran this as Max Health and Max Defense, and I gave it Sassy Nature. And I've got the ability Oblivious, and I've got the item Everlight. So it's very, very tanky. So I know I'll be able to leave at least 1 Focus Miss from the Charizard. So here it comes, people. It is going to connect here. And, Charizard's got good special attack there, but I've got a lot of bulk with Everlight. That's the thing about Lickitung and Lickilicky. They're extremely tanky. So going for the Lick, I got the Paralyze, which is good there, finally. And I got the Bind happening on the Charizard too. So I'm getting that. Usually when the opponent's got more than 1 Pokemon, you can trap them in and have them paralyzed and stuff like that. But in this case, I wasn't able to get the Swagger going and then go to sleep after that. So that's the end of Lickitung. It may have struggled a little bit more if I got some paralyzers or it didn't have a powerful fighting type move. We're going to go into Long Lick now, which, we got the Anteater Pokemon here. It's almost, I guess they got like really, really long, like short, skinny tongues. They got to lick up all those Durants and stuff. So we're going to go for a lick on the Charizard here, and it did 3 damage. So Charizard is going to go for a Focus Miss here. What I wanted to do was Charizard to actually do some damage to me, because this set is based around going to sleep. Let me explain what it is. So I've got Lick, Snore, Rest, and Recycle. And I've got Potato Berry as the item too. So we're going to have that Potato Berry. And the reason it activated earlier on, because I had the ability Gluttony. So Gluttony is very nice there. If you've got berries, you can activate them much, much earlier on. So now we've got a Hurricane from Charizard. Man, that did a lot of damage. And I got confused at the same time. Like, man, that's really, really bad. Can I get the Snore off here? The idea was to outspeed the opponent, paralyze them one Lick, right? Or one of the other Pokemon on your team. And then you could get the Potato Berry boost, and then you could keep recycling it over and over again when you got, say, put down into that health range, you know? And it worked in a lot of the other battles, but the problem is Charizard got the massive damage on Hurricane, Confusion, and then I just couldn't do anything. It's just one of those things. So last Pokemon is going to be the Obstagoon. We're going to call this one Colgate. Link that Colgate toothpaste there. And we've got Lick, Obstruct, Throat Chop, and Facade. Like, Throat Chop and Facade are good moves on this with, Guts, but I had to put Lick on there as well. And just in case I come across any sweaty Pokemon teams, I had to have a Pokemon that could, do some really significant damage. Like, I come across, a fair bunch of decent teams using this team. So we're going to go for Facade here on the Charizard. I couldn't risk the Lick there because Charizard would have lived and one-shotted me with the Focus Miss. And that is the very first battle. Thank you for the battle, Hayden. An interesting Pokemon team there. A Bright Powder Magnezone and then a Shell Smash Blastoise as well. That's like opposite ends of the scale there. We're going to have a battle here against Skylar. Now, this was a really, really cool team, and you're probably going to guess this anyway. It's fairly obvious. So the first Pokemon is Uranus, all right? And actually, that's really good because the nickname actually suits you. It looks exactly like a tiny little planet. Now, we've got the Shellder as the lead here. I thought, well, this would be a good opportunity to go for maybe I could go for Protect here. I accidentally misclicked and went for Mimic instead. I was meant to press the Protect button to see what move they would use, and then I Mimic it. So that was my sausage fingered the controller there. So then I went for Protection there, and it set the Trick Room up in the meantime there and went for Zen Headbutt. So okay, this is good. I can actually mimic Zen Headbutt, so this is awesome. Instead, I would have only been able to get the Trick Room, which would be mostly useless. So my misclick turned out to be good. So here comes the Zen Headbutt from Solos there. It's a physical set. I can see what they're trying to do. They've got the obviously I'm guessing this would be like Brave Nature, 0 IVs in attack, and then Zen Headbutt to try and get some damage and flinch at the same time under the Trick Room. So a little bit of a nasty set there. So what I'm going to be doing is trying to get rid of the Trick Room. It only lasts for 5 turns and stuff like that, so I should be able to take a couple of these moves. So I got flinch on the last one. I was like, man, this really, really sucks. So I've got another Protector stall out here, or I could get like one more Shell Smash up. I thought, nah, I'm not going to risk that because it probably will set the Trick Room up again. So go for Liquidation, excellent damage, and Uranus lives on 1 health. Oh my goodness. We got the most mature commentary today. So now Slosis is going to go for the Trick Room, but watch this. Someone's going to make this their ringtone. I went for a Protect here, right? Which is good to stall out another turn. And guess what? Uranus used Explosion. Man, that's what happens when you eat too many baked beans there. Now, when I was doing this battle, I didn't realize, like, at the start, and I actually just... I don't know, I just read it out saying Uranus used Explosion, and I just realized what I said. It was one of those be there moments. So that's the end of Uranus anyway. It happens sometimes. Next Pokemon is going to be Mercury. Now, this is a question for you all as well, all these people that think about these things. If we're not on planet Earth, right, where do you reckon we go? Do you reckon we go to Mars? Like, would that be I guess that would be the most habitable planet. I was reading some stuff on online yesterday, thinking about it. It's like, if we weren't on Earth, would we be on Mars or somewhere else? I don't think anywhere else would be habitable. I mean, Mars looked like it was like literally like really barren and stuff there too. You have to grow like, you'd have to get like all the stuff back up there and growing and make it like habitable and stuff like that. It's crazy stuff to think about. I mean, it won't happen in my lifetime or maybe your lifetime, but maybe in the really distant future. Anyway, we got the Saturn coming in here. I get it because that's actually really smart because of the rings of Saturn. I like that. I don't know if I've done a planets team before, but I think I've definitely done a ball Pokemon team. So we got this Lick strategy going here. I wanted to actually bind this and then try and get the Paralyze with Lick going here. So we got a Rock Smash Klinklang. Now Klinklang is kind of barren on the physical side. It's got like, obviously it's Gear Grind move, Wild Charge, insert normal type move, maybe like Facade. And I know that the only fighting move it gets is Rock Smash. So it's kind of limited there. Mostly you'll just see it using Gear Grind, Shift Gear, Gear Grind. Apart from that, it really doesn't have a lot on the physical side. It's still pretty good though, but it's kind of, it would be good if it had like a little bit more wide range of coverage moves. So going for Lick, I'm licking Saturn right now, but it's having no effect. Imagine trying to lick something in space. I don't know, like how, like face being in space, not face. In your face in space. I wonder how that would feel. Like we just feel really, really light and everything like that. I don't know. I just couldn't imagine it. we got some interesting sort of thoughts in today's video, some space thoughts. Anyway, we're going to go and get hit here by another Rock Smash. I'm going to faint in the next turn there. Now, Rock Smash, if you don't know, has a 50% chance of actually dropping an offense. I was really trying to get this Kling Klang so it could actually be paralyzed and then Parafusion at the same time, but it was risky because if it didn't get paralyzed, it would hit me for a +2 in attack because I gave it Swagger. So it was a risky play using Swagger, but I thought it'd be worth it. Unfortunately, it's not, and it's going to take me out with Rock Smash. So there was nothing I could have done there. Like, I got completely, all my strategies got completely countered. And of course, like, Lick is so unreliable as well. It's such a bad move. We're actually talking about the move Vice Grip in yesterday's video. I had a couple of comments there. People left a couple of comments about Vice Grip's name changing. I read through some of them. It was really interesting. I thought I'd show it with you, or share it with you too. So the move Vice Grip, right, it's a move that hardly anyone uses, right? But its name has changed like 3 times, which is really interesting. So first it was Vice Grip as one word with a C, and then it was Vice Grip, same spelling but a space in the middle, but then they changed it to V-I-S-E, and that's like an Americanized spelling, because to me, like when you say Vice, like V-I-C-E, but maybe, I don't know, maybe that's just my Australian thoughts coming through there. But I thought that was really interesting. I knew that it changed like once at least, but I didn't think that it changed so many times. But now I think back into the, into the past, it did change all those times. It was such like a move that hardly anyone would even care about. Really interesting. So next Pokemon here is going to be the Earth. Oh, it's Garbodor, man. Is that a roast? Like, I don't know, or maybe, okay, it's okay, it's 2 things. It's either a roast or it looks like the Earth because of the green and stuff like that, or it's both. I actually never thought about that. So we got a Gmax Gengar here, and I've got Gmax Terror to use against it, but I thought it might be a cool idea to boost my attack first, because Garbodor is going to be pretty thick. And Garbodor gets a lot of like different types of moves too. It's like a really interesting Pokemon. I wonder if we'll get any more like a rubbish style Pokemon in the future. Or will Trubbish and Garbodor and stuff like that be the the last Pokemon? I'm actually looking forward to the Gen 9 designs too. I'm actually happy with what I've seen with Gen 9 so far. Well, the little information we've seen, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm going to just we're going to see what happens with it, because you never know. We've had BDSP now, and yes, we won't go there. So anyway, we've got a weak armor Garbodor here. It's going to drop its defense and increase its speed. Like, this thing's actually surprisingly fast too, especially after a weak armor. And it's going to go for a max lightning. Now, what would that be? I'd say that would be T-Bolt. As I said, it gets a lot of different moves there. Is it T-Bolt? This is really bothering me. I'm pretty sure that it's T-Bolt. I don't think it doesn't get Wild Charge. It must be T-Bolt. So anyway, I'm probably going to get that wrong, but I think that it's T-Bolt. So now it's going to hit me with another, I'm assuming T-Bolt or Max Lightning there. It's not doing a lot of damage, so I'm assuming it is. I'm going to go for another Gmax Terror there, and I'm going to faint. I don't want to faint the Earth, because that means I'm going to have to go to Mars. So we've got another weak armor boost there on the Garbodor. This is actually helping me out, because I'm actually going to be doing more damage. That is actually the end of Gengar's Gmax 2. Now, once again, Sucker Punch Gengar comes in handy twice in a row, and that weak armor really helped me out getting that Sucker Punch KO there. It's quite interesting. That move helped me out a lot, I guess, because it was very unsuspecting. Next Pokemon is going to be Neptune. That's a good one for Wailmer as well. It outsped me. I'm like, wow, it's a Choice Cup Wailmer, and that's going to be the end of my Gengar there. So bye Giant Link, but I got a Curse Body. Now that's pretty funny, because since the Wailmer is Choice, it'll be Choice into Water Spout, and now its move is obviously disabled, so it'll be using Struggle this turn. So they're going to have to swap out. So I thought I'll be cheeky and send in my Heatmor here, knowing that the move is disabled. So I've got the Lick strategy here. We're going to go for Lick, and hopefully we can get a Paralyze on the incoming Pokemon. So in comes Mars here, which is Darumaka. So Darumaka, that's actually good, Darumaka. It's actually very good. So I was hoping for the Paralyze, and it's never going to happen here, people. Man, we need a buff on Lick, seriously. Like, what if give me a buff on Lick, like a move like the move, we got the Paralyze, right? We'll keep the Paralyze, but maybe another little buff. I mean, you could get rid of the Paralyze too and give it another buff. I'm not really sure. So anyway, actually, you know what it should do? It should do double damage against Vanillite, like, or any of the Vanillite evolution line. What do you reckon? That's actually pretty smart, like double damage or triple damage to it. That'd be so cool. So situational, but super funny. So we got the Paralyze on the Darumaka. As you can see, it's dancing very slowly. Now, dances normally a lot faster than that. I'm going to be going to sleep here. It's going to go for a flame charge. Now, that was pretty lucky because I was running Gluttony instead of, Flash Fire on this. That would have boosted my fire moves. Not that I have any, but, that's another story right there. We're going to go for another Snore here, and yeah, not very good damage on Darumaka. I mean, Snore's very weak as well. Now we got the Darumaka swapping out here, and I knew there was a good chance that the Corsola would come back in being a ghost type. So all I've got to hit this with is really Lick, and Lick's not going to do much here. I don't have any attack EVs. Oh my, I didn't even say what my EVs were. Max Speed, and we've got Timid Nature and Max Special Attack. But I wanted to go first so I could get that going. I actually got another Paralyze and Lick, which is good, but then it got Curse Body. So I think I got, in this battle, I had the most amount of Paralysis on the Lick there. All the other battles I got destroyed. So I'm starting to think now this Corsola is Choice Banded. It's doing, way too much damage to me. What? How did that one shot me? So now I'm going to bring in Lick Your Wi-Fi. You probably don't lick your Wi-Fi because it probably wouldn't work. I've got the opportunity to go for a Belly Drum here. But I wasn't sure. I'm like, if this is Choice Banded, this is going to be really, really close. But I took the risk anyway because I needed to get some damage there. So I've got the Belly Drum happening, which is good right there. Lickilicky does have some nice base health too, so I was hoping this would save me. So here comes another Earthquake, and I definitely think that I was almost 100% that it was Choice Banded at that stage. So I got my Salic Berry here. This is my moment, people. I can finally try and take out a Pokemon with +6 with Lick. I hadn't done it yet, so here it comes, baby. Here it comes. Oh, I missed. I was so close. So that was two close calls there. I think one was on the Magnezone and the other one was on this. So very, very close there to getting a Lick KO on the Corsola. So bye-bye Lickilicky. Our next Pokemon is going to be the Colgate Lick here. So I can actually go for Obstruct here just to get my item up, the Flame Orb, and then I can go for a Lick to take out the Corsola as well. It's going to go for Earthquake again. It definitely is Choice Banner. So the good thing is it doesn't really have the greatest attack in the world. I think actually this gets Self-Destruct as well, Corsola, as a physical move. I think usually I had Earthquake and Astonish. I don't think we got to see any of others move, but I wonder if it did have Self-Destruct. So that's going to be some damage there on my Obstagoon, and we've got that Wailmer and Darumaka left. Now, Wailmer will outspeed me, which is a problem. So go Facade there. I'm not going to take any damage from Darumaka. It's probably going to be a hustle set, and I don't want anything to do with that. So bye-bye. Next Pokemon here is going to be the Wailmer. We already know that it's going to be Choice Scarf, and that I'm going to have to take a Water Spout. Can I take the Water Spout? Let's see. So here it comes here, people, and I do take it, which is very nice. The only reason I managed to leave that because Wailmer's special attack was hot trash, but that was a really, really cool team there, a Planets team, a Pokemon Planets team, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll be back tomorrow with some more stuff as well. Peace out, people.